Hello, my name is Elebethel Berhane, and for my senior capstone project, I decided to do the topic cultural diversity. I've always wanted to do it since the beginning of the year. I just didn't really know what my project would end up being. In the beginning, I was going to do a cultural event, just like the two other elementary schools do as well, because I was like, why does the high school not have one too? But I ultimately decided to do a podcast. So before I decided to do a podcast, the first semester was mostly about researching the getting to know the topic of cultural diversity. And then second semester, I started doing my podcast, and it consisted of E&L and first gen students. So these were some of the students that I recorded a podcast episode with. That's Michelle. She's a first generation Mexican American, and she's also my best friend. So she was one of the first episodes I did just to see how it would go. And then that's Mooj. He's from Sudan. And then that's my brother and two cousins. We're all first gens from Ethiopia. And then those two are Hazan and Ahmad. They're both from Syria, and they moved to America a couple years ago. And basically, in each of these episodes, or recordings, I would ask these questions. The answers were all very different, the conversations were very different, and it was just really fun recording all of these episodes because, yeah, as I said earlier, the conversations were very different. With Hazan and Mods, I really enjoyed doing their episodes because they're both from Syria, but they have different stories. The way they both came to the country were very different and at the same time. So overall, I've had a really good learning experience with learning about different cultures, and so I basically created a Google site where all the episodes are stored. It will be in the second part of this video, and so I hope you enjoy, and I hope you learn a lot just like I did. Hello, my name is Elebethel Berhane, and I'm a senior at James DeWitt High School. And I'd like to start this off by saying thank you so much for taking the time to listen or even consider listening to my podcast. DDP Around the World, or Diversity Dialogue Podcast Around the World, is basically a project I created to amplify the voices of students and staff from diverse cultural backgrounds within the school community, fostering a greater sense of understanding, empathy, and unity. The whole point of this podcast is not for you to take a big lesson and to learn every single thing about every single country, but just to get a glimpse of what's outside of America. And even if it's not a lot, one small thing, if you learn one small thing, that is truly enough for me. I really hope you enjoy these episodes because I had a lot of fun recording them. And yeah, enjoy. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Elebethel, and welcome to my podcast, DDP, Diversity Dialogue Podcast Around the World. I am so excited for you guys to hear this guest talking about his journey coming from his home country to America. It took me a while to get him to do it, but it was definitely worth the wait. So listen up, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, so please introduce yourself, name, grade, and things you do in the school.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mujahid Ahmed Sharif. I'm a sophomore in James DeWitt High School, and I came to school to study for my future.
Cool. What country are you or your family from?
I am originally from Sudan, Northern Side Sudan.
When did you come to America?
I came to America 2019, December 10th.
Ooh.
It's Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. You even know that? Okay. What was life like there back in Sudan? Like, how was it growing up?
Growing up was very difficult. Wasn't like here. I didn't have anything I needed, and there was a lot of wars too.
And when you came to America, like, what was it like having to adjust to American culture?
I was nervous. I thought I had to leave everything that I had back in my hometown, and I thought I had to follow the laws of United States. but over time I understood and I overcome.
Nice. Okay, what's the biggest difference between Sudan and America?
I would say is living and the respect that you get. Like Sudan, there's like war and you get really bullied and stuff. But here, the people are nice and they show a lot of respect. That's not what I just heard or like from people, but they like tell us something is about movies. They say white people don't like black, and when I come here, it's totally a different thing. So yeah.
That's nice. Which country do you prefer, America or Sudan?
I prefer America only because of them welcoming me as a human being and adapting me to great families and to great schools, becoming like someone really important to those people. And that's really makes me feel really good and makes me welcome and makes me feel like I'm home.
Is there anyone there in like Sudan that you miss the most, or is like all of your family here?
My mother and my brother. My younger brother, I had a lot of memory with him. I almost talk to him almost every day. He's my favorite person, and my mom, may God guide her.
What's your favorite part of your country? Like any one good thing that you like so much there that you miss?
I miss the culture of my country and the foods.
Ooh, next question. What's your favorite food from Sudan?
My favorite food is asida. It's made out of flour and hot water. The sauce is made of different type of vegetables. Yeah.
Um, can you share a memorable experience from your childhood back home, like in your country?
My funny story of my childhood that I own a camel. My dad gave me a camel that I had,
What?
and there was some song that really matches the camel name and my name. My name was Minnie in back in Sudan as a nickname, and my camel was Ismendi. And there's a song what says Minnie and Ismendi, where it's like kind of similar.
Yeah.
And that's my camel, and he was really nice, but sometimes he could be mean. And I remember one time he ran me through the trees purposely.
That's so
And there's another memory that where I was kung fu fighting with my brother, my little brother, and I thought I was gonna win over him, but unfortunately, he broke one of my teeth. It wasn't nice.
That's okay. Okay, next question. What's your story of like coming from Sudan to America? Like, what was it like?
It was really difficult and challenging, being around with our families, being around people that you don't know how to trust, and going through all different countries by yourself.
Did you come here like being adopted?
Yeah, I came here as an adopted child. I came here by program who's to me, and I was adopted by my mom, Tracy Gassler Price, in Jamesville. Do it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. What is your favorite holiday or celebration that you have back in Sudan that you celebrate here in America?
Uh, Eid is Islamic holiday. There's two of them. One is right day after Ramadan, and the other one is months or two later. Uh, the one of Ramadan is the celebration after Ramadan for fasting for 10, out not 10, 1 month. Yeah.
How do you stay connected to your country while living in America?
Uh, Most of the time, I think I talk to families, I talk to friends from my country, and I try to listen to music that have my own hometown language, and watch videos that has my cultural dances and stuff.
How was it like learning English, like coming in here? Did you know some back in Sudan, or did you all learn it here in America?
Uh, I thought it was gonna be hard, but I didn't speak anything when I came here. All I knew was hello and how you doing, and I thought it was gonna be difficult, but I had to go to school straight after day after I came here, and it was great that people were really helpful. They were nice and they helped me to develop my communication with people and speaking the language.
If a person were to go to Sudan, what is one thing you tell them to do before leaving?
I would advise you to try all different cultural dances and to try the foods. They're really nice. They're really good. When you go for it, you can never want to go back to it, and like you never want to don't have it. You're gonna miss it a lot, and the people also very kind. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Muj, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you everybody for listening, and I hope that answers what you ask, and hope you have a nice, beautiful, awesome time.
You too. Okay, so let's start with name, grade, and what you do in the school.
My name is Imad. I'm from Syria, and then I'm a sophomore. And I love playing. I do soccer for school.
My name is Haza. I'm a sophomore and I do soccer.
Cool. So, were you guys born here, or were you guys born in a different country?
I wasn't born here. I wasn't born in Syria.
Syria.
Yep.
I was born in Syria, but most of my life I lived in Jordan.
So, when did you guys move to America?
I moved to America 2017. I came from Egypt.
I moved to America in 2016. It was the start of the year, and I moved here from Jordan.
How did your family come to the States? What was the process?
So when we left Syria, I was 5 years old, and then we went to Libya because my dad had a restaurant over there. So we went over there for 7-8 months, and then we went to Egypt for 5 years. The reason we left Egypt is because it's the schools is really bad, and we didn't get the full education we want. So we went to America to go to school and then have a good life.
The reason we moved out of Syria was because there was a civil war. I moved from Syria straight to Jordan, and we moved out of Jordan because there was a lot of kind of racism. They didn't like the Syrians there, and we were kind of just waiting to get a chance to move to America for a better education.
What was life like back at home?
We had a farm in Syria, so we used to go over there, eat over there, and then spend all the day. It was really good. And then in Libya, it was beautiful and everything, but at the end, it turned out to be so bad because the people that is from Libya, they go into the houses, they steal gold, kills the families, and just leave. So that's why we left Libya to go to Egypt. And in Egypt, it was beautiful, everything, but like I said, the schools are really bad, so that's why we moved.
My life in Syria was, I don't remember anything. I was 3, but I remember us having different animals because I really liked animals. And in Jordan, it was just kind of just school and just messing around. We didn't really go to school. We used to run away when we get there, but it was really fun. And then, of course, a lot of racism or just people didn't like us. So we decided to just come to America.
What was the hardest part, adjusting to American culture?
When we came, we didn't know any English at first, so it's hard to talk to other people and to make new friends. But by time we start knowing how the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they talk to each other, the way they go out and stuff, so we used to it. But it was really hard for us just because we used to our culture, the way we dress, the way we leave the house, the way everything was different, so it was difficult for us.
The only thing that was hard to adjust to was just the way people talk to each other, because the convos we have in our languages or in our language, it's a lot different than the convos people have in English. And the way people dress here too is a lot different, and the way people just do things is way different than we're used to.
What language do you and your family speak?
Me and my language, me and my family, we speak Arabic.
At our house, we mostly speak Arabic, but you know, we speak a lot of English too, so it's mixed.
So, what's the biggest difference between like America and Syria, or you said Libya and Egypt, and then you said Jordan too? So, what's like the biggest difference?
So for like I said, like the way we dress, the way we go out, and then the people. It's like over here, we like there's no a lot of mosque, and then it's like before we go pray, there's like something is called adhan. Like it it tells you when to go pray, and then they do it like in public, so everyone hear it when they do it. Over here, it's different, so it's kind of weird because we used to it like when we hear the adhan, and we like it's beautiful and everything, but over here is different.
The biggest difference is how people treat each other and how people, um, people just the way people talk to each other. The way it's a lot better here, but in Syria, people like don't treat each other like they treat like over here. Everyone's kind of equal, and everyone loves each other. But in Syria, there's a lot of fighting and things between people's families.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah. For like the way they make their food is way different too. Like the way we make it, different way. And then when we came here, so every time I want to go to lunch, I didn't know any English, so we were not allowed to eat any pork. So every time I go to lunch, I don't know how to say even pork in English, so I would just say, is that, I just say that like to the lunch, and then I used to it, and then I start talking English by time.
Back to what you were saying earlier about like the calling for prayer. I remember when I was in Ethiopia, I stayed there for like a good month. Like half the population is Muslim there too, and so there'd be callings there too. So like I never realized that's what it was for.
Yeah.
But I remember my mom telling me that it's like the mosque that's like
You Muslim?
I'm not Muslim,
Oh.
but half the population in Ethiopia
Yeah.
is Muslim. So there's like a lot of mosques, and we'd hear they're like speakers like put into like each neighborhood.
The whole like
The
streets,
whole street,
like
different
neighborhoods
places,
hears it, right?
Yeah.
Here is different.
Yeah, I didn't really know what it was. So
it's like when we hear it,
It gives us chills.
really,
It's just
It's
really
really beautiful.
spiritual.
Mm.
Like, it just feels really nice.
that's so cool. Okay, so you were talking about food earlier. So what's your favorite like Syrian or like any food, any
Yeah.
cultural food that you
So
eat?
I really like don't know the names of in English, but
It's okay, you can say it.
like in Arabic we make it's called mahshi, and then there's another thing it's called basil, or it's just like basically rice and chicken and green beans and stuff. It's really good.
And you.
My favorite is something called lalinji, and that is grape leaves stuffed with rice. And then another one is mensef, which is rice, sometimes chicken, sometimes
Beef.
lamb or meat. And we do this like kind of yogurt thing with it, and it's hot yogurt that we pour on it, which is really good.
Oh wait, what was the first meal you said?
It was called lalinji.
I don't
Grape
know.
leaves.
Yeah, I don't know because I have a whole bunch of like
It's the
Egyptian
same thing for
friends.
us, but we call it like a different name in Arabic.
Yeah.
We call it yalinji. We call it waraq anab.
Oh,
what a guy. It's
the same thing.
is different.
Yeah, waraq anab, like he said, yalinji. They put rice. They put rice into yalinji,
Mm.
but waraq anab they put rice in like small
Meat.
pieces of meat,
Yeah,
chicken.
grounded meat with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one is more sour than the other.
Yeah,
And
yalinji is more sour than the other
Yeah.
one.
I don't know which one it is, but like I'm pretty sure because I have a whole bunch of Egyptian friends, and I used to eat that all the time. But I don't remember what it's called. But it's so good.
Was
It's really good. Yeah, it's like so it's
It's the
grape
first
leaves,
one.
and then inside there'd be most of the time it was ground beef,
Yeah,
like cut
that's
up ground beef because
Yeah,
we
it's the
can't
same
eat pork
thing. I
either.
think.
Yeah,
It's the same.
and there'd be rice in there, and it was so good.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
Also, like I don't know if you guys eat this, but I also like kofta.
Kufta, yeah.
Kufta, yeah, it's
Oh
like
my- it's so good.
it's like beef.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I know
It's
what you're talking
so
about.
good. Oh my gosh.
And then the good thing is like they like all countries like from the Middle East, like they have the same food, but they make it different.
Different
That's what make it
ingredients,
special
yeah.
about it.
So like there would be rice. Like they make something called what was it called?
uh,
The mensef.
that word I remember. Mlehi.
Mlehi, yeah, that's some. They make it a little bit different. They like soak the whole thing with, the yogurt I was talking about. And for us, we just pour it on like the rice.
So-
we just eat a little bit of it.
For that, when we like invite people to our house and they try this for the first time. So when you try the first time, it makes you sleepy. It makes you tired.
Really?
You want to sleep. Yeah, it's really good. But I'm used to it. Like it's like the main food in my country.
Yeah.
It's like when you invite someone to your house, you gotta make that. And people love it, but you get tired after you eat it.
Yeah, it makes you sleepy.
All the time?
All the time.
No,
Oh.
not for us. Like
For me, I still get sleepy after I eat it.
Really?
Yeah,
And
it's
for you?
sometimes, but not like I used to it because we eat it a lot. So
Mhm.
I don't get sleepy.
we make it during weddings and stuff too.
What's your favorite part of your country? Like, it doesn't have to be Syria, but it could be like the countries that you guys stayed in. Like, what's your favorite part, and like, what are you so proud of?
So the favorite part of my country is like the restaurants or the stores over there. It's way different, or especially like in Ramadan, it has different feeling over there. Like everyone is fasting, everyone's living the same way that we're living, and it's not different. So it's really good, and then we get to meet every day with our friends, our families, and it's really good. And then on Eid, it's like over here in America, there's one spot everybody meet. Over there, it's like anywhere you go, you find people. It's so beautiful.
My favorite part about my country is how everyone just kind of understands each other, and they're all living the same exact life as us. I mean, there could be some people that are richer, some people that are poor, but everyone is just living the same life, and everyone understands each other perfectly.
Can you share a memorable experience from your childhood in your home country?
Um,
Yeah, you can.
yeah. So my dad, and when we were in Syria, he used to work in a truck, so he travels around the Middle East. Like we're from Syria, he used to go to Iraq, to Dubai, to Oman, like around the Middle East. So once I was 4 years old, so when he left, I took a bag from my house, and then I just left the house, the neighborhood, everything. I was 4 years old, and then somebody like I was so far from my city, and then somebody find me, and then he knows my family, and then he's told me, "Where you going?" And I said, "I'm going to my dad." And then he bring me back home, and then my family was so scared because I was out for 4 hours and I was 4 years old.
You just started like running away.
I took a bag from my house, and then I left the house, left the whole neighborhood, like I was about to leave the city.
Yeah.
And then a man found me, and he knows who I am, like, and then he said, "Where you going?" And then I said, "I'm going to my dad." And then my dad was like in Iraq or Dubai, so
You're
outside
never
of the
gonna
country.
get there.
So yeah, I see my dad leaving with his truck, and then I was a little kid, so I didn't know. So I was like, I took my bag. It's because he goes for like a few weeks, so I see him taking a bag with him.
Yeah.
So I took a bag, and then I left, and then I said, "I'm going to my dad."
My favorite memory was, or the best memory I had, it was when I was in Jordan, and it was during Eid, and it was our first Eid there. And I was walking, and I found a horse, a full-grown horse, and he was sick, so I got him food, I got him healed up, I got him water, and I actually took him home. And we have this little area outside that I kept him in there for like a whole year. I used to ride him and everything, but then after a year, he died because he had something wrong with his like lungs and stuff.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Okay. How has your perspective on like America changed since you first arrived? Like before you even came to America, was there something that you thought, like, was there something that people would tell you about America and you like believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to believe like there's like I used to watch movies that's American, and then I see the school is way different. So I was surprised when I saw it. So it's way different, like the schools, and also like the streets. Like my country, there's always light at night. Like they have light, so it's not
Oh,
dark.
Yeah.
Over here, some places are really dark at night, so that was a different for me. And then in my country, like at night when I used to leave the house, not in Syria, in Egypt. So there's like a lot of stores that is open at night. But over here, everything closes like at like
Yeah.
9, 8. So that's a different thing for me. So I didn't think that is different. So
As you said, we were watching movies, and they took us to this interview before we came to America to show us how America was, and it was so much different. We used to watch like the movies in the '90s to see how America was, and people used to wear oversized T-shirts and the baggy jeans and stuff. So when I came here, I brought those with me because I brought some clothes like that with me because I thought, I wanted to be like everybody else. And when I brought it here, people started making fun of me because it wasn't how they dressed at all, and it was 2016, so it was like, you know, kind of the upgrade. So everyone was just wearing a lot and different things. The way, I mean, they were showing us mostly New York City, and we were like, "Oh, we're going to New York City." So boom, yeah. So we went. We came here. We were looking for the buildings, and all we saw was straight,
snow.
houses. It wasn't snowing when it was snowing when we got
For
here.
us, it was.
Yeah, when we got here, it was snowing really bad too, and I was like, "What?" And there was like, we were looking for downtown. We thought if we went to downtown, it would be something big, and we thought it was gonna be like 4 or 5 hours away. We got in. It was like a 5 minute drive. And then we went and saw the downtown, and the only cool thing about it was the fountains down in downtown, but nothing else. It was a lot different than what we expected it to be.
That's really awkward. That's
Yeah.
really awkward. Last question. Can you share like one of your favorite holidays and like what you guys do and why it's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is Eid. Like it's because we be fasting for 30 days. It's Eid like the one after Ramadan, Eid Fitr. Yeah. So it's Eid al-Fitr. So the special thing about it is like we fast for 30 days. And we will like we're waiting for this day, and it's special for us. We like the first thing we do in the morning and Eid, we wear the best clothes we have. We put like really like a cologne, like a good cologne, and we go to the mosque. We meet with everyone, and then we pray two rak'ats. It's called Salat al-Eid, and then we just meet everyone over there. We start talking, and then like we give the small kids like money, and after that we go back home. We sleep for like 2 hours, and then we go out. But over here is like it's now a lot of places to go. But in my country, there's a lot of places to go to. So
There's
that's
always new places.
that like new places for the kids, for the grown people, and yeah.
Is there a mosque here in Syracuse? Okay.
There's
Oh.
multiple, but it's like I said, it's not the same thing as mine.
It's not the same feeling you get when
And
you
then
go there.
they even talk in English here, like in the like when they want to speak to the people over there.
Yeah.
We understands it, but it's like different.
Our parents
Yeah.
don't.
Our parents don't,
They
but
sit
in
there
my
and just
country,
watch.
it's like Arabic. We feel it inside us. That's why it's like I said, it gives us chills and stuff.
Yeah.
So his favorite holiday is Eid al-Iftar. Mine is Eid Adha, which is a day where we sacrifice lamb and goats, um, beef, and all that, and camels too. And it's like you have to. I mean, only if you're able to. But I think it was 7 you have to do for your whole life. Yeah,
7 ways.
Not in one day.
like not in
Oh,
one day.
okay.
Yeah. But like
Okay.
every year, you have to do
Yeah.
at least 7. You can skip a
Oh,
year.
every
No.
year.
yeah.
You have
No,
to kill
and-
7.
No,
No.
kill one.
Every
Okay.
in like
Kill
your
one
whole
lamb.
entire life, you gotta kill 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not you. You
Yeah.
gotta like let's say you made somebody kill it, and you give the poor people.
Yeah,
Some
you
of
give
it.
it. Yeah, you give it to the poor people and the people that are in need. But yeah, it's my favorite because my dad is a butcher, and he taught me, how to butcher. So I would go with him, and we would both help each other out, and it's really fun because it's just a good. I like the hobby. I know it's a lot of people don't, and a lot of people are against it, but it's really fun for me. And after that, it's 4 days or 3 days. So after that, it's just the first day, and then the 3 days we usually close our stores, and we just have fun for the whole 3 days. And people just go out. They go do. It's just everything. It's really fun. Um, it's different here for sure because over there, people used to get the lamb. They used to get and they would just do it on the street. Like they would just you just be walking around, you just see people killing lambs, goats, whole camels, beef, everything. The whole streets are filled with that. Yeah. So me and my dad, I started doing it when I was in third grade. So I was or second grade, and I was really young. So he would take me with him, and I would help him out. I started learning slowly, and I learned, started adjusting to it. But it's a lot different there, for sure, and especially what I'm talking about. You just walk around, see people killing sheep and lambs, and a lot of people are disgusted here, and even women do it, and it's crazy. Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'm from Ethiopia, and so especially during New Year's, they like kill like a sheep or a goat. And so one time, my dad went to the farm, and I was like, "Can I go? Can I go?" And so I went, and then I like ran back to the car because it was just I couldn't like watch it. Like it was just so disgusting. And then they like started eating it, and like okay, so we eat half. Like we take it back home, we eat half, and then the other half we give it to the poor. But like I just genuinely couldn't eat it. Like after like seeing it, like I couldn't do it. Like it smells good. Like I want to eat it, but like I just saw you like kill the animal. Like
blood.
It's so difficult for me. But my parents enjoy it.
Yes.
So
For us, it's the same thing. So you kill like the lamb, and you save the right thigh or the left thigh. So you save just a little 25% piece.
Yeah.
Some people save half, but it's just more. It's better to save just that piece, and it's more. It's more deeds if you just give most of it to the poor.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were in Egypt, I went with my dad once, and then I saw like people killing it in my eyes, and then it wasn't like the best view. So like I didn't leave, but it's like it was weird because it was my first time, and then I didn't know like they're gonna do that, and then they like grab it by the neck and they like kill it by the neck, and then they have to do that. It's like they cannot kill it from like the stomach or so, because if you kill it by the neck, it's like the animal's not gonna feel any pain.
And some people, like when they're killing from the neck, they go up and down multiple times. For us, we go one hit and it gets rid of all the
But
nerves
it doesn't
in the neck.
like
It doesn't hurt the
It
lamb.
doesn't hurt the
Yeah,
lamb,
it
yeah.
doesn't. And then we let the lamb take its time.
Yeah.
So some people cut the whole head off, take the whole head off and throw it. No, for us we cut it's like the main veins that are connected to the neck, and we start like from the back of the neck kind of, or like to the side of the neck, and then we take it all the way across, and it cuts every single thing, and it's
And
just
it doesn't
one.
feel any pain.
Yeah, and it's just one. Just one.
It's like
Slice on the neck, and that doesn't hurt the lamb, doesn't do anything, and the lamb just takes its time. It doesn't feel the pain. It does start kicking, but that's just because it's
Done.
it feels its like body just leaving itself,
Yeah.
kind of.
okay. Well, that's it. So thank you guys so much for being on the podcast.
Of course,
Of course, no problem. Thank you for doing the interview with us.
we always like talking about our culture and about things we do.
It makes us feel like important, and then
Important, yeah.
and then it's like really make us feel that we fit into the fit in.
Okay, so let's start with name, grade, and things you do in the school.
Hi, my name is Iwal Amara. I'm co-president of Sophomore Slate, and I'm president of Cooking for a Cause, and I'm a member in a number of other things around the school.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Okay. And the next person?
I'm Nathaniel Amara. I'm a freshman at UVA, and I'm currently in ESA.
Lastly?
My name is Elebethel Berhane. I'm a junior at James Woodrow High School, and some things I'm part of is I'm the treasurer of the Umoja Club, and I'm part of the NHS Club.
Okay, so just for context, Nathaniel and Iwa are my cousins, and then Ebenezer is my brother. So, what country is our family from, guys?
Ethiopia,
And where is that?
East Africa.
Slay. Okay, so first question. How did our family come to the States? Do you guys want to start?
So basically, my mom filled out a lottery thing after the time, like around the time that my parents got married. And yeah, basically she got it and she brought my dad to America.
And for us?
Yeah, ours is the same thing, lottery ticket, but it was our dad that got it, and then he brought mom with him.
And by the way, when we say like lottery ticket, it's not like the lottery for like money, like how they do in America. It's like just like a ticket to like come to America. In your opinion and experience, what's the biggest difference between Ethiopia and America?
Probably the biggest difference that's like really noticeable is the roads. Like in Ethiopia, it's just like dirt roads and like really like bumpy and like mad car accidents. Like there's still all of those in America, but like I feel like it's less of that, more organized, definitely.
What about for you?
I feel like a big difference is like the fact that people in Ethiopia are more welcoming, and there's like a big emphasis on community and stuff. Like you could basically like walk into anyone's house and they'd feed you, but here that's not gonna happen.
Definitely.
Ewa, what about you?
I would say Ethiopia feels more like home than America because of all the culture that's surrounded around it.
Yeah. So, I know we've all been to Ethiopia different times, so can you guys just tell us the last time you guys were in Ethiopia?
I went when I was 2 years old.
Yeah, we went together. I was 5 at that time.
And how long did you guys stay there?
Like 2 months.
I actually don't remember anything. I was too young to make memories.
That's okay. And then you?
Last time I went was 2019. I don't know the age I was, but we stayed there for a month.
And then we also went in 2009.
Yeah.
I was 3 and you were 2.
Yeah.
And we stayed there for like a good month or 2. Okay, next question. Is there anyone there that you guys miss, or a place or anything there that you just miss in general?
Well, I guess just some aunts that I had, because like they would take me wherever I wanted to go when I asked them. But like that also could just be because I was 5 years old. But yeah.
I mean, I can't really remember much, but I had this one aunt that would make me food a lot, so I would say her.
And then Ebenezer?
One thing I miss was the orange drink, Mirinda.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was so good.
I miss that a lot. Yeah, I mess with that.
Mirinda like is basically like a Fanta, but 10 times better, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
It's also way healthier too.
Good point. Okay, next question. What's your favorite part of the country that you're so proud of?
I guess the fact that we've never gotten colonized, and like we fought off people who've tried.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing is definitely the religion, Ethiopian Orthodox. It's definitely has many firsts, and yeah, really, really peaceful, calm, beautiful religion.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. The Orthodox has been a big part of Ethiopia's history, so just seeing that, all the nice, beautiful churches over there, it's just like a nice reminder of the roots of the country.
And I feel like us going to an Ethiopian Orthodox church definitely like helps make us feel like we're still like connected to our culture. Don't you guys think?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, next question. What's your favorite food from Ethiopia? Hard, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty easy answer. I'm gonna say dorowet, but like a lot of Ethiopian people would not agree with that. Call it overrated, but I think it's number one.
Can you like just explain what dorowet is?
It's like a spicy stew, made with onions. It has chicken and eggs in it.
And like berbere.
Yeah, like other spices as well. And you eat that with injera, which is like a flatbread type of thing. Yeah.
What about you, Iwa?
So I can't give a direct answer for this, but I'm gonna have to say on a plate, my ideal Ethiopian plate would be some Mariam gomen. Get some dorowet on there, put some aibe on top of it, get some kitful to the side. Gotta have some alicha and sigawet on there.
So basically like a whole Ethiopian platter.
Yeah, just
Injera platter.
a bunch of like not fasting foods. That's
Okay. Alright. And what about you, Ebenezer?
I think I'd say tips if made right.
Durkos tips?
Right. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
dry meat, basically, like
Mhm.
dry cooked meat.
How about raw meat?
Oh, yeah, like kids food. I mean, that's good too, but I definitely prefer.
No, like
No,
the like
yeah,
the
you know
like
what
the chunks of raw meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, teresiga.
Yeah.
I don't really like that, in my opinion. I don't know. Do you guys?
I mean, it tastes like nothing unless you have like awaze with it. or
Yeah, like, of
something,
course,
or
sauces.
bergere or mitmita or something. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Can you guys share a memorable experience from your childhood back in Ethiopia? I know you said it's been a long time, but it's okay. Trying to remember.
A long time for all of us, but
Yeah,
I just don't have the recollection because I wasn't able
Nothing?
to make memories. Nope, nothing.
that's okay. That's okay. What about you guys?
Well, probably my birthday that I had there, because I did go there like when I was getting close to I was 5, so we're there for like a week, and then it was my birthday right after that, so we celebrated my birthday there, and it was nice. Yeah.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
His birthday was in fact a banger. It was really nice. I see the pictures. Going back, it just really shows the hospitality of Ethiopians because, someone that they barely knew, it's still their family, but they barely knew him.
Yeah.
He came from America and they set up such a nice birthday with so much cakes,
Yeah.
which is a delicacy in Ethiopia because, those things are very expensive because
Yeah.
they're more American. So, it just shows how much money they spent on him
Yeah.
and just how beautiful our culture is.
What about you, Ebenezer?
Favorite memory? Definitely going out with our cousins, like late at night. The bowling alleys. I definitely like that a lot. The movie theaters. I like those a lot.
I remember when we were having a gathering at our uncle's house, and like they all came just to see us, and then we snuck out and went bowling. Remember that?
Oh yeah, we got the ice cream and everything. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have ice cream because I was scared, but you did.
Yeah, I ate that. It was gelato, wasn't it? Yeah.
scared?
I also remember when
I was scared that my stomach was gonna hurt
Why?
because it was like dairy and.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No, it's just I was just scared because from like different countries, like yeah, I'd get sick really easily. Like I remember I got food poisoning from eating like their they have a fake In-N-Out in Ethiopia, and I got food poisoning from that. Like it was just I had a whole bunch of chicken nuggets and
Remember when we went out to like play at an arcade and then like we randomly met Rofnan like which is,
oh
like,
yeah, so Rofnan is like a famous DJ in Ethiopia, and we were out at like the biggest mall there, and we were at the arcade, and we were about to leave, and then we just saw him there. It was iconic, but at the time we weren't fans. Like they made us listen to his music like after we saw him, and so like yeah.
for sure.
Okay, I'm going to answer this question first because I don't want you guys to take my answer. But the question is, have you experienced any stereotypes or misconceptions about our culture? And I would definitely say, like, as Ethiopian Orthodoxes, especially women, we cover our hair with, like, a white scarf, and we wear, like, a netela on top to, like, cover our hair and signify the way Mary wore her like clothing back in the day. And so people sometimes think that we're Muslim, but we're just like trying to portray what Mary used to do. What about you guys?
Probably just that like people believe that all of us are raw meat eaters. Like I know like a lot of us are, but like not all of us are.
Okay, next question. Can you share a story about a cultural celebration or holiday that is important to you?
Yeah, I'd probably say Easter. Easter, yeah. Like everyone really pops out to the church function for that, We have a nice time over there, and then we get together with family at one of my aunt's houses, and we eat a bunch of nice food and eat a lot of food, and yeah.
And we celebrate Orthodox Easter, so it's a different date from the Easter that is on the American calendar. Yeah. Just by the way. What about you guys?
Probably Genna, which is Ethiopian Christmas. I feel like it's way more different than American Christmas. because like it's not really like present focused. It's not really like, about gifts and giving each other, presents or anything. It's more focused on how Jesus was born on that day. So yeah, definitely an important one.
Like it's more like faith, like focused then. Yeah. What about you?
I would probably say mescal because like for like multiple days and stuff for like eating like good food and stuff like kids pho, gomen and ibe. Like kids pho is like cut up meat. We usually like eat that like raw. And then there's ibe, which is like a buttermilk thing. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah,
it gets like all chunky and then they squeeze out all the water.
Yeah, like it gets into like
really
a
good.
cheese
It's like
type of
cottage
thing.
cheese.
Yeah. And then there's gomen, which is like collard greens like blended up and mixed in spices and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, so I like that because there's like a good like 2 weeks of eating that.
Can you just like a quick like explanation of what like mezcal is, because not a lot of like countries or religions celebrate that.
Yeah, and it's just the finding of the cross that Jesus died on, but like the actual day is like sometime in March, but like they moved it to like the end of September because March is the time of Lent and stuff, so they didn't want like a big holiday being celebrated during Lent, and then decided to move it to like a time where there is no like zone.
And it's literally like one of my favorite holidays. Definitely. Okay, so in what ways do you feel disconnected to Ethiopia, or like just like culture wise?
So I haven't been to Ethiopia in like 13 years, so just not being able to be there is probably like one big thing.
Anyone else?
Yeah, one thing is definitely like language. Although like we can speak Amarinya, we don't have like a perfect accent, and like I don't know why, but everybody tries to make a big issue out of it. Like I remember when
you say like you have a Bole accent.
yeah, like I remember when we went there last time, like, and they told me to speak on Amarinya, and then like as soon as I started, like everyone started laughing, so I just stopped.
But I feel like it's like the same way like Americans make fun of like British accents. Like I try to look at it that way, because it's just different.
It's worse though. It's like a bit worse because it's like a new language and stuff. Like at least British people actually know English.
Yeah. And like you're trying, like I'm still speaking the language. You're just not taking the time to like see and understand. I definitely have to say like the connections like with our like family in general, like for example like cousins, like I know we're close, but like we have so many other cousins back home, and we know like that they're like close to each other, and you just like, because like most of our family is back there, like it's just the four of us. That we have a couple more cousins out of state, but like that's it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
It makes me cry.
Ooh, also like one thing, like cousins, yeah, and then there's also like grandparents. Like, you know when like Americans, they say like, oh, like I went to visit like my grandparents during spring break, or like my parents gave me money like for Christmas. Like I don't know about you guys, but like I don't really talk to our grandparents like on the phone a lot, because it's like really awkward. Like I don't know what to talk about, you know?
Yeah, I mean mostly because two of them are dead. Both of our grandfathers, granddads are dead. So it's only like our two grandmoms, grandmas that are alive. So I feel like, and like the fact that for our dad's dad, we never even got to meet him.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but like it was definitely like, I feel like I could talk to Amaya, like our grandma, like on our side, a little bit better before our grandpa died, because like I don't know, it wasn't awkward until like he passed away, and then now you're like, you don't really know how like she feels through the phone, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to like bring him up, but like I also want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, you're right on.
It's a bit awkward.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like as well. Yeah, both my grandparents are dead, and then my grandma on my dad's side is also dead. So we only have my one grandma we all share right now. So yeah, it's a bit awkward talking to only like one grandparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, hello, how are you? Like, they don't even work. Like, what do I say now? Like, how's family? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's just, like, not...
Because, like, you're, like, a whole continent away. Like,
Yeah.
there's not
And you don't really know, like, what's going on in the family because you weren't there, you know?
Yeah.
I hope you guys don't take my answer, but, like, this is the last question. It's basically the opposite of what I just asked. So, in what ways do you stay connected to Ethiopia or, like, our culture?
I'd probably say through two things. Probably say through religion and through food. You know, like participating in the services at the church.
Yeah, I was gonna say religion.
Seeing the services in America and seeing them in Ethiopia, like, oh shoot, they're celebrating this holiday today, and we were celebrating this holiday at our church like this. And then like the food, it makes me happy to be Ethiopian because it tastes so good. And like I just know like my family in Ethiopia is also eating the same thing, which makes me feel close to them in that sense as well.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, I'd definitely say my parents because they're not the type to just like make you like they're not the type to not teach you. Like they taught us how to read Amarinya, how to write in Amarinya. So definitely like our parents, making sure that we don't forget our culture and making sure that we give it on to our future generations.
And,
Nati?
like, also on top of our parents, like you see like different like Ethiopian communities and stuff, like especially like Silver Spring, Maryland, like where you see like Ethiopians like everywhere and stuff. So like if you don't know much about like your own culture and stuff, you just go there and like you see Ethiopian like restaurants everywhere. You could get food from there and stuff and like basically like learn about your own culture there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys so much for doing this podcast episode.
Of course, yeah, no problem. Anytime, I got you.
Was that sarcasm?
No, I actually had a lot of fun. I like it when people ask questions about me because it really helps me find out about myself and answer the questions as
Okay,
well.
thank you guys.
Yep, thank you.
Also, if you didn't know,
Okay,
like,
bye.